Okay, we're going to do another little video here on overhauling this time. Some of this may be repeat, different, same kind of equipment sometimes. Sometimes it's a little bit different, not much. But once again, John Deere, 310L backhoe coming down here to Louisiana again. Being that it's gone down south and not out to Pennsylvania, we can put the strap over the bucket. As you can tell, I've got my plastic edge protector up there for the sharp edges so it doesn't cut my strap. And over here on the back side, if you look, I've got pieces of strap, 4-inch strap that I've cut in like 2-foot pieces, 3-foot pieces, fold them in half. That way it keeps them from rubbing on the back of the bucket and rubbing on the strap there. Then our regular tie down spots up here on the front, one on each side. As you can tell, I use the one chain, wrap it around one end, bind it down, and throw the excess over there. So I ain't got to drag out 2 separate chains. Coming down here, on the back end, it's still the same thing. I do the same thing. Wrap the chain around on this end, throw the excess over there, and do that side for one chain. Now, the next one we're getting ready to do here, there's on this, like I said, with these, since it's not going out to Pennsylvania, you can run a strap over the buckets and arms. So that's what I've got here. But we have on this one here, it's the 650K John Deere crawler. A little different about this is that the blade is off of this one, right up here on the bed. Kind of surprising for a 650 that this blade is a little bit smaller than I thought it would be. But you could have got away with 2 straps, moving it in over here. But with that bucket in the way, you can't quite get strapped far enough in. So I just put 3 straps on to be on the safe side. I always tell everybody, if you don't think it's quite right, don't feel right, then add another chain or a strap. It won't hurt nothing. And of course, I've got my chains crossed here on the back of the 650. With the blade off, it's a bit lighter. Now sometimes with the blade on, I would have run another chain right through there and back. But since the blade's not on this one, what I've done here is run it like my chains like I normally would do. Right here, where I pull this way with a couple short chains, but I run a 3rd chain up underneath and back. This also helps in the way that whenever you if you have to slam on the brake, you got the extra added chain back here to help slow down forward momentum. And that's basically how I've got it, when it adds the extra chain, because 650s are a little bit heavier. Like I said, a person can add that other chain on the back if they need. This side here, pretty much the same thing. Where I pull back on this side, so it's pulling down and out. Or at least we're keeping the tension down on it, and the way the chain hooks up. Like from this side, you can see a little bit better. There's the chains. Now, a lot of times I would go ahead and put something between those chains, but they're so tight pushing up against each other that they're not going anywhere, and it was a short run anyway. And then this blade right here, you can tell, because I had them reverse the stops, because originally this blade will be put up on the top deck. But since I reversed the stops because I have to pick up a new Iberia, we need to put the backhoe up closer, so that meant we put the blade on the deck down here so I can knock it off in the morning. And your regular tie downs on this side, just the same as the other side. And there's those strapping I was telling you. Like I said, don't throw your straps away, because you run into a spot to where you might need some extra padding. Those straps work good. Just cut them into pieces, fold them over. They work good for a lot. Until I got 2 of them up there. It helps out a lot, and it saves a lot. And you ain't got to buy a bunch of edge protectors. And then coming down this side, but this year I've done a lot of these 310s, these 650s. A lot of them, I did this one because this one had the blade off, or the majority of them have it on there. And I'm usually oversized. This time they took it off to make it legal. I guess they didn't want to pay the extra bit for the oversize on this one. But that's the video on these 2. Catch you again on the next one.